work, they could see themselves with a couple of nice little counter plays here. That being over good periods of time, and there's not really too much that people can do about it.
And a great example is FaZe back when it was in the pool. Very deep on this top floor, though. Two players looking to try and deal with KDS on this window. Baby Shark peeking out from behind Blackwall. Another player sticking their head out beyond Ivy. It's Kansan the first to fall, though, as KDS is ready for it. Easy pre-fire for Cyber. This extension not being made quick work of necessarily, but when FaZe decide to kick things into gear, Wildcard get the message pretty fast. Handy, taking a lot of damage, but both KDS and Souls getting in on the action. Now in a 1v5, you might have banned the Snake, but that Deathmark Tracker, the nemesis of anybody in a 1vx. And now Bay's been spotted inside of Library. This intel on the Deimos' position, cold comfort for Azami at the moment. And that'll be the end of that. KDS comfortable as he gets that 3K, and FaZe get their first.
Prime position for a little bit of a lurk play right now.
A good position for a lurk, but also Wildcard generally in a good position to hold fast on this defense. Cyber taking a swing in from Mezzanine. Will regret that one as he's sent to the cams as the opening pick, or the opening death. Now the Blackbeard going in for a bit of a backstab. KDS in turn shot from behind. Baby Shark's been sitting behind the shield the whole time, and I think FaZe might have underestimated that position a little bit. Giving a lot of 1v1s from one of the site doors, but Vidiking struggling to find disengagement on Solar, but is buying time. Soul's now hopping in right as one player hops out of bathroom. I think Kansan trying to catch somebody, and in the process, the rest of FaZe have hollowed out the site, made a nice, comfortable home inside of Office, and it's another 1vx early on for Wildcard. Maybe could clip Handy. Well, headshot is a bit more than a clip, but that'll get the job done anyway. Kansan's been so good in these clutches ever since he's moved to Wildcard years and years ago. Always the top-rated player. Might not have to pick up as much weight as he's had to in the past, but a 1v3 against the two-time world champs is always going to be a difficult job to accomplish. 2 rounds in a row for FaZe, and there are...
Always requires a clear of this top floor.
It does, and this is where, I was going to say, Wildcard need to be careful. If they can play these trades, play off each other, they might have a lot of success. They will in the first engagement. Bay somehow dodges the second nade, but now in the 1v1 with the Blackbeard, that's a difficult one to win. Never mind! Bay turns the tables on KDS. I have no idea how he survived in this position. All 3 kills for Wildcard come from Bay back against...
Try and take this top floor control, but don't forget the site's downstairs. These players can now drop off. Wildcard can say, you know what, there's 35 seconds. I've got no problem dropping off this, but it looks like Bay is in it for the long run, and why not? He's on for an ace right now, and he's only got souls left to find.
Might as well at this point. Just give him it. Hot and Cold and Baby Shark eager for it, though. Getting the information as Hot and Cold swings around. Bay lands it. What do you even say at that point? Masterful.
And you look at the replay, you can see Cyber just gets a little bit too old later on. We know FaZe are no strangers to getting the plant down and playing that objective. KDS, he has the ping. He's got everything that he needs. The stun goes out, and, well, it's as easy as that. Some thorough drone work from FaZe, netting them an opening pick.
Is everybody on the defense ratting right now? Baby Shark is outside.
And firing the guns, they made sure that they were known, and I think they were trying to get away with leaving Bay upstairs. He was droned, he was found out, however it might be. They had a yellow ping, they knew where he was, and now he's been dealt with. That's a disgusting angle from 3 kills on this opening, and all they've got to do is convert this in the final 50 seconds, which should be fairly straightforward right now. There's a lot for Spiker and Baby Shark to do, but Baby Shark's going to start.
And he does take down the Capitao with full utility in pocket. So probably the most important operator they could have taken down in that position. There's just still 4 of them. KDS still has a Deathmark Tracker, though it's got to recharge. Souls has some flashbangs and some air jabs, a lot of secondary utility. Spiker going for a quick swing, but Vidiking's ready for that possibility. It's an understandable move in Spiker's position, but Vidiking can predict it. Nice spray, nice transfer by Baby Shark, but FaZe were always going to win that round at a 5v2, and even at a 5v. Call goes out. Gotta be curious. Are they gonna move in? And it seems like they will. Handy repels in, shield in hand. Souls doesn't really trade him out as Handy doesn't die. But now in a precarious position, Diffuser and Osa stuck inside. Likely necessitates Souls using the rest of his Bs just to enable a safe repel. As he goes for the res, anybody down below? Yes, Spiker, in fact, but Vidiking's ready for it. Great coverage by FaZe, enabling the picking his team back up. Good flick by Cyber as well. His team is firing all cylinders at the moment, but Bay, 9-3 right now, the main one showing up for Wildcard on these defenses. That's all he's gonna get. Another 3v1 that FaZe seem primed to convert. Cyber low HP, some information of a player inside a bathroom. Hot and Cold. One of his best showings this tournament was on Chalet. Won't get anything in the 1vx. FaZe 4.
Doesn't want to take that engagement just yet, though, especially against Cyber.
Baby Shark, I was going to say he's had a killer tournament, but his support, that player going down, you know FaZe are thinking about a pinch in bar. I mean, they might just hit the side at this point. Baby Shark, low HP, Handy winning that 1v1, can now creep up the stairs. We've got 3 players ready to take down Baby Shark if they can just push in. Handy will fall, hot and cold, trying to support his teammate as best he can. In the process, Kansan's also gone down. Seems like this round might just end on the bar game side as Wildcard investing a lot of resources to keep Baby Shark alive, knowing FaZe will focus on him. The KDS finds him through the stock wall. Only full HP player for Wildcard out of the 2 remaining. Hot and cold, creeping down the staircase. As we're in that difficult position that defenders often find themselves in. You got to push for a kill, but if you die, it's just Kansan left.
And FaZe have got this infuriating tactic of they'll get themselves into this position, but there'll be a minute left on the clock, and they'll just entirely disengage. They'll wait for you to make the mistake. Hot and Cold didn't know which way to turn there, and it's no surprise to see him cleaned up. We knew exactly where the last player was. They'd not
now and then, and that's one of them. Remember, if we find Cyber, that's the one piece. Sometimes you need to remind yourself at moments like this.
And if we think that Cyber plays kind of alone and a little bit...
Souls and Cyber very early on. Cyber taking a lot of damage, in fact. Not entirely sure from where. Fights Baby Shark in that window, and playing patient pays off.
No surprise to see Baby Shark with that opening pick. He's a great player at just walking in and making something happen, and often on shallow, you don't... Defenders moving with 0 consequence right now. Spiker, please, open it! There's going to be 2 for you if you do!
He gets Vidiking. 1 is better than nothing at this point. With the Black Root going down so early, a man advantage, this is great. This is excellent for Wildcard. We've got 3 people all kind of stuck around Solar Stairs at the moment. Only other one is Spiker on the bedroom window. But he can only do so much to help his team. Nades going in won't disrupt Handy that much. Kansan just takes a raw 1v1 and wins it on the staircase. Only 10 seconds remaining. There's only so much they can find. KDS and Souls with their own long angles leave it all left up to Spiker, who split the side in 2, but with no time to come up with a solution. 6-1 now for FaZe. And I think Wildcard's confidence going in, they still want to go.
How is KDS still alive here? He's even throwing impacts just to make sure he gets rid of all of his utility before he inevitably falls. The first kill will come in at about the 50-second mark, and it's Handy taking down Baby Shark. Another laser gate reactivating. That's the second one we've seen. Wildcard, they are throwing everything possible just to disable this utility. Finally, we see Spiker jump in.
But how telegraphed is this play? Vidiking is ready for the swing in from Hot and Cold. They downed on the outside. Spiker down inside. And Kansan, another round with it all to do. 7-1? We had such high hopes. It's not Wildcard's pick. It's FaZe's best map by a country mile. But letting it through? Giving them this right out the gate? We thought that maybe Wildcard might have something up their sleeves, some kind of trick they'd pull out to show us that they have something to prove. And they still will, going into Consulate. Their picks coming up next, but FaZe.
One against 5 FaZe. So the trend is...
Smoking my region so hard. They're up 3-0 against North, and they can do it. With the success they had that came out of nowhere, you feel like they've got something to offer. FaZe playing Yana, that's the first time I've seen that operator in years. It's Kansan with the first pick, though. Souls immediately whips around, knocks Spiker off course, and Bay, comfortable with a G36. He has put FaZe on the back foot, on the top floor, moving directly into the site. Both KDS and Vidiking, ladder on Clash, now forced to take out the SMG. Bay stuck behind the desk, hops back up, hot and cold.
Tucked away upstairs inside of Visa.
That's the unfortunate thing about Cyber. Well, I was going to say, you know he's ratting somewhere, you just don't know where it is. Unless you're Baby Shark in round. Creeping up. Are they aware of KDS or more just leery of Spiral, which KDS has already moved well beyond? In the interim, Kansan and Bay down below die. Well, call goes out for Wildcard to execute. Spiker moving in as well. KDS will have to retreat. But the fact that a flank doesn't need to occur because the attack seems to be falling apart is okay. He's still gone to retake the hatch, takes down Baby Shark from the vertical angle, and FaZe not at all worried about a one-off on top. Baby Shark almost finds Cyber, might send a Deathmark tracker after him. That's indeed what will happen. A lot of lurking from Wildcard, trying to find these gaps, and it seems to be going very well. Kansas now taking down Vidiking, though massive trades coming in from FaZe. Still with quite a bit of fight left in them. Oh, just giving up the yellow skylight angle right as Souls passes. Wildcard have their advantage. Looking for the next dome. Souls right in front of them. It's been a very hectic round, a very bizarre round as well. Pretty easy in a 1v3 when you found the Mira and can drop right down this hatch and flash off the angles. Hot and Cold moving in from the piano. C4 misses. KDS's main chance at evening the odds, giving himself a bit more advantageous of a position, and it will go unrealized.
What can often be decided by 1 or 2 rounds on the attack, and Wildcard for me.
Handy will relay that and probably should start backing up pretty quickly. Careful, could swing with this shotgun. Ooh, Kansan caught with crossbow in hand. Handy will win that engagement. 7 days out of 7. Cyber put to low HP. Handy continuing his work. Will send out a C4. No. Keeps it in pocket. Not trying to make it move just yet. He's trapped in a cross. This Pulse not with any good way out. Cyber looking to support. Just walk straight into the glass, right in front of the smoke. FaZe keep their advantage. Kiba on the window should give Handy the opportunity to move, but he doesn't.
Look at the teamwork here. KDS has come to Handy's rescue, and Handy's just gone, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable. I'm just going to try and challenge onto the angle he really fancies.
FaZe without a lot of positions to play. Thing is, we've seen, I was going to say, defenders floating up to the top floor, going for the retake, but what a drone from Wildcard. Anticipating that exact possibility. Don't even know if they knew about the Solus, but they know about her now. They've got her dead to rights inside of Exposition. Now as Handy rotates back, tries to join the rest of the team, he's gonna run into this breach. The defense is going for the retake. Huge win by Vidiking. Costs some HP, but fighting back well on the backside. Soul's getting active as well. Hot and Cold down for the count. FaZe commit to the retake over by Server. And they have completely demolished Wildcard's attempt. Baby Shark and Spiker, the only 2 left in the front and the middle, but no diffuser. In another world in which Spiker has the case, they could put it down on the front side. But now they have to retake across the fallen bodies of their teammates, the other attackers who failed to meet the challenge, who failed to best FaZe Clan over in construction. Spiker might land the shots on Souls, but FaZe have wrapped around Wildcard and are tightening their grip. But right as I say that, Spiker might just get surprised more than anything. Twice over. 1 gets a kill and the attack. KDS right by Spiral. Baby Shark and Cyber just shoulder to shoulder with a wall in between. KDS so fixated on the clutch drone, Spiker swings out from the single window.
With only 35 seconds, it's not a position you want to be in.
No, and especially you might have the Capitao smokes, but no Glaz on the attacking side. It's just the Warden who can look through, but he's not a factor anymore. As Spiker moves his way in, they might pre-fire it, they might land the toxic canisters, and it's the utility that does in Wildcard. Hot and Cold and Baby Shark, the former recovering the diffuser, but the latter, how do you cover this? How do you protect the plant when they're all upstairs, when they're through the tightest vertical angles you've ever seen? Handy's good for 3 kills. Cyber's still only good for 2 on the half. But FaZe get exactly what they need. The minimum the Consulate defenses can afford to get. But 4 rounds, that's still vulnerable at the midpoint. When they're committing to plans, when there's comms going on, attacking teams that emulate the FaZe style or play that structured style.
Droned.
Unlucky.
Well, he takes down a drone. It's not a bad trade, really, is it? All he's done is stood at a window, and he's been able to grab a drone for his troubles. There we go. That's the machine pistol we're talking about. It's Baby Shark. He just tries to make something happen inside of admin. Bay pushed out by the nades as well. He's between a rock and a hard place right now. Either go against the Blackbeard or try and make something happen. There it is. The Boss G takes Souls out. Another nade to try and displace him, but he's not leaving.
No, he's staying and just gets killed right as he tries to leave and run for some kind of escape. Hot and Cold will use the last of his toxic canisters, so probably a reason Cyber brought that shotgun as well. If you get to this position, a really strong tool. Handy great on the flank watch, great on the cover too. Catching somebody peeking around the long bar. Hot and Cold, no shotgun possible in this situation. Gotta pull out the SMG-11, and he will not pull out the round. 4-2 for the defense, or at least for Wildcard. That's good.
Because it could be a little bit too late.
Ooh, here's the Dokubi call. Solus found down below. That is a really important find that Handy will try to push in. Just as Cyber was moving up top, Handy will be it below. But part of that goes down. Bay is ready for it, and now Hot and Cold, he could be distracted. Can Handy push in? He can relay this information, instead communicates it to Spiker up top. And Hot and Cold, he doesn't need to get active whatsoever. He gets the kill just for fun at that point. And Souls looking to get just anything that remains, anything he can find as the round has fallen apart. FaZe tried to outthink Wildcard, and they gave it a really good attempt. But Wildcard with layers 2, thinking ahead of FaZe, beating Cyber, avoiding Handy, and a trap inside of the site. Ends up getting Souls. I don't even know how that slipped by anybody for FaZe. But Wildcard with a really great response. Of course, the vertical angle.
Down with everybody left alive. It's no surprise that Souls is getting Toxic Babe kind of stood out of there. Hot and Cold still got another one of those in his pocket. Cyber needs to have a bit more impact from below because his job in this round is going to be to disrupt those players inside of Meeting.
He's got to do it, and somebody has to. It's a bad job. It's a thankless job. KDS on the next attempt. That'll be Hot and Cold's last toxic canister. Nade to keep Bay at Bay inside of the long desk. Trying to find some way around this air jab. I don't think he's going to see it. But Spiker, he's found by Handy. But again, there's still the site push to worry about. KDS gun up, finds his way in. And those are the 2 kills we needed. Souls might be down, but FaZe are up, baby. They are up and at 'em. 6 rounds. Promotion.
And there was enough time on the board that FaZe were able to bait out that use.
And Bay need to be careful and might need to fall back, especially as the Deathmark tracker activates. Bay's ready for it. Instead, just swings out the bathroom window. Long desk still in the hands of the defense. Just fighting tooth and nail, not falling back an inch. But now the Blitz pushes forward all alone. Have they overplayed their hand? No! 50 bullets, and Bay uses every single one. Up 4-2. KDS, much too late.
It's a trade, but it is a trade that comes in a little bit later play. And given the fact that it's 3 versus 2, he's only really leaving his teammates even. Souls is going to start to attempt to get this plant down, but he's got a little bit of time to bait.
Ooh, Kansan. I was going to say caught switching weapons. KDS looking a bit too high. Evades the site entirely. Now with 1 C4 remaining. The worst player possible to try and attempt to plant against. C4 will hit the floor, and up goes Souls. Still match point for FaZe, but Wildcard off the back of a 3K from...
Send 1 player after multiple every single time, and I think it's a good call. Use the sledge, open up some of these lines of sight, and really get in there. You've got the Deimos, you should be able to find out the information.
Should be able to find it. Cyber gets some information on Hot and Cold's position. Never mind, Bay on that Capcan's the one that goes down. It's Hot and still a factor. Baby Shark trapped inside of the single panel. Don't know how you're going to get out of that one. Cyber's not even aiming at him. He knows that guy's not doing anything. Nade over top, but Baby Shark still gets him on the way out the door. Knows he's not making it out alive. Accepts his fate and decides to take a FaZe play. So is watching. Oh no, Hot and Cold dances right around him. Creeps in, but right around Vidiking as well. Checking the other site, now taking the long angle. Spots his head and shuts him down. Calling him a sub feels a bit demeaning, but Hot and Cold still having massive impact for just making a quick entrance on this roster. And Souls in the post plant, he's got the best position. Now just the 1v1, looking for his 4th kill on the round. Spots him with the revolver, but it's Hot and Cold quicker. So little ammo on that Roni though. He'll make another attempt. He commits to the retake up top, and a death mark, 2 of them for this exact moment. Hot and Cold, his chances might be dashed as Souls pulls back deeper and deeper on this top floor. Hot and Cold will commit, but can he get there in time? Does he have the angle? No, Hot and Cold commits, and Souls has nothing!
Hot and Cold nerves. Souls knows is at the bottom of the stairs, but there's no information beyond that. You don't know if he's still there or if he's moved off.
Ooh, a lengthy pre-fire, but he just gets the bandit after Wildcard to get 2 kills before. Cyber and Handy, the Dokkaebi and the Deimos taken out. Handy still with 3 death marks, by the way.
His way in just a little bit. Another C4 sent out. You can be quite liberal with these at the moment because you've got plenty to spare.
Plenty to spare. FaZe can't say that about their time. Almost hits the flick on the yellow pillar, but Bay, with just a few shots, shuts down Souls. Wildcard keeping things ahead, 2 bodies wide, and Vidiking not trapped in a crossfire, but in a hallway with no way to exit, no way to retreat, and he walks right in the middle of them. 3.
Because Souls is watching him and keeping an eye on that angle. Bay's instead actually going to drop off, and Vidiking going to continue to try and chip away a little bit at this site. Baby Shark takes Handy down. Some terrible time in there for KDS, but the plant is being stuck.
Yeah, Vidiking trying to move in off the back of that 3v5, not super worried, and Wildcard not very aware. Pulse and Solus on the board, nobody aware that the diffuser's been put down. Baby Shark finished off by Vidiking, I believe through a vertical angle, though maybe on the same floor. Wildcard continue with the lead, have the advantage, but what information can they acquire? Vidiking swinging around, misses an important engagement, and now it's Cyber. In the eye of the hurricane with Calm about to retreat, tags up Kanzan, pushes him back with the nade, 2 line up for him, but only 1 goes his way, and Kanzan good for it. Counter defuse, somebody, get on the diffuser. Get on the diffuser, please. There we go. 2 seconds remaining. That was a little too close for comfort, but Wildcard still on map point.
Very close there towards the end.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Because based on what we've seen, it's been very limited for these attacks, or for this attack on this site specifically. Oh, Spiker! Just taking quick control on yellow. I eat my words. It's not the skylight drop he's doing. Just a quick rush up the stairs and pulse. I think this might be one of our only snakes the whole series. Yeah, played only 1 other time by Wildcard, barely at all by FaZe, who are still getting active. I was so focused on the operators, I look back up, and FaZe have just won round 14. Hot and cold.
It was one of those where everything was obviously trying to happen around it. If you think about the position of the diffuser, it's cold inside a CEO, so there was an attempt at hopping in and making something happen, and admirably so. We were kind of worried that Wildcard were going to go for exactly the same thing where everything just happened through yellow, and it didn't. It happened a little bit elsewhere. Yeah, the first kill was through yellow.
Shotgun this time. How's Baby Shark going to get out of this one? You might hear it. C4 out. Cyber in front! Can't land the shot! Baby Shark, not even a Hail Mary play. That was all but guaranteed. Now the Ram looking to be the next 1v1. Instead, it's Handy on a long angle on the rappel to get up. 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and Bay might still have some funds left to spend. Taking some shots against Souls around the corner. He's playing this well, playing his life. Information on 1, lands the headshot on Souls, and still waiting. Another player around the corner, can't land the flick on the shotgun, but 2 minutes, 20 seconds, I'd make that deal.
It's a really good deal. You've got some incredible value out of both of those SAS operators now, and now you can lean into some of the strengths that you brought a little bit earlier on. You've got Hot and Cold on the Clash. You've got Kanzan with those Yokai drones, able to rotate those around and move them. And the biggest problem that FaZe have got right now, they haven't got the extra man to send round to that front side, and it's going to leave them a little bit light.
But now they have an extra man. Advantage found. KDS cutting not only Hot and Cold, but the Clash as well. C4 can't land the kill. Handy instead gets it. And it's the young IGL in the 1v3. Has information on one of the planters, but he doesn't know the stakes. He doesn't know where he is. KDS keeps it cold, and Wildcard, a great attempt, but it's the inevitable.
FaZe take down Wildcard in what felt like it could have been a main stage preview. I'm here with Vidiking after the win. As Wildcard started to make that comeback happen, did you guys change your playstyle in any way to adjust to what we saw from them?
Cara, então, a gente não mudou muito o nosso playstyle, não. Eu acredito que a gente manteve as mesmas coisas que a gente estava fazendo, só que a gente estava tendo uma certa afobação em alguns sound de ataque que fez a gente prejudicar... calma, tô nervoso aqui, cara. A gente não mudou nossos ataques, a gente continuou fazendo a mesma coisa, só que da maneira correta. Eu acho que a gente estava um pouco nervoso assim para finalizar a partida, talvez em alguns momentos. Isso fez com que eles conseguissem buscar a partida, mas a gente é um time muito resiliente, a gente já venceu muita coisa junto e basicamente é isso.
So they didn't change their play style too much. They were like making some small mistakes because they wanted to end the game right now. I think they took it slow and were able to finish the game. They've been together for so long. They've been in this situation before, so they managed to pull it out.
Well, as he said, you've been together for so long. Does this feel like the team that is in invite winning, major winning form?
Vocês estão achando que agora a forma que vocês estão é de campeão de major?
Então, A gente ainda tem dois confrontos, né, para conseguir chegar na grande final. Com essa line aqui, a gente ainda não venceu nenhuma final de Major, mas a gente está trabalhando duro aí para dar tudo certo e a gente conseguir levar mais um título aí.
So they've been together for a while. They won a SI, but they still haven't won a major. So they're still keeping focus. They still have 2 more games to go, but they are confident they can do it.
Amazing. Thank you both. FaZe looking good, but I don't know. I kind of want to see this rematch on the main stage in just a few days.